In 1859, the sun launched an attack on Earth. Not a metaphor, not a theory. A real solar storm, so powerful it set our technology on fire. Telegraph lines sparked, operators were shocked, and across the world, the sky turned blood red. If it happened today, it wouldn't just shock wires, it could shut down civilization. It started quietly. On September 1st, 1859, an English astronomer named Richard Carrington was observing the sun. Suddenly, he saw something no human had ever recorded before, a blinding flash erupting from the surface of the sun. It lasted only minutes, but that moment would trigger the most powerful solar storm in recorded history. What Carrington didn't know was that a wave of charged particles was already racing towards Earth. Less than 18 hours later, it hit. The Earth's magnetic field began to distort, and then the systems of the 19th century started to fail. Telegraph networks, the internet of that era, began to behave strangely. Messages transmitted without power. Sparks flew from equipment. Some machines caught fire. Operators were shocked. In some cases, they unplugged their systems and they kept working anyway, powered by the storm itself. But the most terrifying part wasn't the technology, it was the sky. Across the planet, from North America to Europe to parts of Africa, the night sky exploded into color: red, green, purple. So bright, people woke up thinking it was sunrise. Others believed cities were on fire. Some thought it was the end of the world, because nothing like this had ever happened before. What happened was a solar eruption, a massive burst of energy and charged particles from the sun's surface. Today we call it a coronal mass ejection. When it reached Earth, it overloaded the planet's magnetic field. That energy had to go somewhere, so it traveled through anything conductive, like telegraph wires. In 1859, that was all we had. Today, it's everything. If a storm like this hit today, the consequences would be very different. Satellites could fail, GPS system could collapse, power grid could overload and shut down. Entire regions could go dark. Not for hours, but for weeks or even months. The internet, banking system, communication network, all depends on fragile infrastructure that was never designed for an event of this scale. Experts estimate damages could reach trillions of dollars and recovery could take years. The Carrington event wasn't just a strange moment in history. It was a warning, because the sun is not as stable as we think. And events like this don't happen once, they happen again. The only question is when, and whether will we be ready when the sun attacks again.